that at no point during her decade-long occupation was she informed that the land belonged to the AFL. The disputed property is located near the Army Barracks, commonly known as the 72nd Barracks. She stressed that government intervention is urgently needed, citing the magnitude of her financial investments and the livelihood tied to the business center. Lack of redress. Mossy also revealed that affected business owners have reached out to Representative Priscilla Abram Cooper, but have yet to receive any form of redress. Although she said they initially accepted the AFL's decision to barricade the properties, she believes the ongoing actions by the military are unnecessary provocative. For over 1 week now, no one has come to my business center to do business, she said. This is placing serious financial pressure on me. She announced plans to formally appeal to the Office of the President and the Ministry of National Defense. Government position, meanwhile, the Ministry of National Defense has reiterated its call for the immediate evacuation of what they term as illegal occupants from Camp Ramrod Military Barracks, widely known as the 72nd Barracks. In an official statement, the ministry instructed civilians occupying areas within and around the barracks to vacate the premises within 14 days, effective Monday, January 19, 2026. Authorities disclosed that during the voluntary evacuation period, the AFL Engineering Battalion will begin erecting physical barricades to clearly demarcate military property. The ministry noted that Camp Ramrod has been illegally occupied since the Liberian Civil War and that repeated efforts to reclaim the property have failed. The continued occupation, according to the ministry, has constrained the AFL's ability to rehabilitate the facility and expand accommodation for newly recruited personnel. Well, folks, that's it right there. Okay, that's it right there. So let's move on with more stories. Let's take more stories here this morning. All right, let's move on. It says Environmental Protection Agency shut down non-compliant sachet and mineral water factories in Monrovia, protecting public health. We are not shutting down these facilities to frustrate business owners. Our responsibility is to protect public health. If the source of the water and the production environment are unsafe, then the water itself cannot be considered safe for consumption. Stephen Gibson, head of the enforcement team. And then lastly, for the front page Africa newspaper, Monitor Group cautions against controversy award of 9 oil blocks to 5 foreign firms. New set of flippers is a question mark to this caption. New set of flippers. Awarding petroleum rights to Oranto and companies of its kind denies the country the opportunity to award the blocks to competent and credible companies that may have interests or that may have an interest in acquiring petroleum rights in Liberia, as the blocks will be under contract to companies with no capacity to execute drilling activities. Lee Watch encourages high-level discussion with global partners, international transparency groups, and national civil society movements to take its step and prevent a second round of skewing Liberia's petroleum sector towards personal benefits against national interests. Liberia Early Warning Watch. Let's run there and take a few lines from this story. And this is our final story here this morning. And we want to have more time with our people relative to this demolition thing that is currently ongoing in the country. Liberia's long running quest to transition from an oil producing hopeful to an actual producer has again come under scrutiny following reports that the government is preparing to award 9 offshore petroleum blocks to 5 foreign firms under circumstances critics describe as controversial. While the government has pledged transparency in its renewed push to revive the offshore petroleum sector, civil society actors are questioning the credibility and technical capacity of the companies reportedly selected for the exploration contracts. Liberia Early Warning Watch, LUWatch, a civil society monitoring group, is the latest to raise the alarm. In a detailed report, the watchdog warned that the planned awards could undermine transparency in Liberia's long-term national interest in the petroleum sector. According to LUWatch, Liberia's oil industry is still grappling with unresolved concerns surrounding the awards of blocks LB15, LB16, LB22, and LB24 to Atlas Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited. The group noted that Oranto's agreement in Senegal was reportedly terminated for failure to comply with contractual obligations. The company's owner, Prince Arthur Izzy, has also faced scrutiny in other jurisdictions over alleged political connections, notably with Venezuela former President Nicolas Maduro. The watch further alleged that the senior government officials, including the Ministries of Finance and Justice, Augustin Hikafuan and Councillor N. Oswald Twe, the head of the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority, that's agency, are poised to sign new production sharing contracts with companies it says bear similarities to Oranto in terms of technical capacity and operational track record. The concerns come as the government intensifies efforts to revive Liberia's offshore petroleum sector, which has remained largely dormant despite decades of licensing agreements. Critics argue that without stringent due diligence, clear technical benchmarks, and full public disclosure, the sector risks being dominated by politically connected intermediaries rather than serious exploration companies. Under Liberia's petroleum law, the LPRA leads and coordinates negotiations for petroleum agreements. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning evaluates the financial terms. The Ministry of Justice ensures legal compliance, and the Liberia Revenue Authority is responsible for safeguarding the country's tax interest. When contacted for comment, the Ministry of Finance said through its communications department that it will respond to Front Page Africa inquiry in due course. The LPRA and the Ministry of Justice did not respond to email requests for comment up to the time of publication. Companies under scrutiny. The companies reportedly earmarked for the oil blocks include Benat Oil and Gas Services of Nigeria, Block 8, Tarok Integrated Oil and Gas of Nigeria, Block 9, Cabra Energy LLC of the United States, Block 2, 3, and 4, Transoceanic Energy Group of Nigeria, Block 27, and Liberty Petroleum of the United States, Block 32. Lua said its review of corporate records shows that Bennett Oil and Gas Services Limited is primarily a logistic and general merchandise supplier to oil and gas companies rather than an exploration firm. According to its website, Bennett's core business includes equipment supply, haulage services, water processing systems, and general contracting. The watchdog argued that such a business profile does not meet the technical requirements for offshore oil exploration. It also alleged that Bennett's major shareholders are long-term associates of Prince Ato Eze. Cabra Energy, a privately held company headquartered in Houston, Texas, describes itself as an oil and gas firm focused on exploration and development. However, Liu Hua said its findings suggest the company is an early stage entity largely engaged in data analysis, operational consulting, and project management with no verifiable record of offshore drilling operations. Transoceanic Energy Group, registered in Nigeria in September 2023, focuses primarily on liquefied natural gas. According to publicly available records, Luwa said it could not independently verify the company's claims of having an operational exploration and production subsidiary. The watchdog said it was unable to find sufficient publicly available information on Tarak Integrated Oil and Gas. Front Page Africa did not find Tarak Oil and Gas after a thorough search. Liberty Petroleum, founded in 1997, previously held an exploration license in Liberia through a partnership with a local firm owned by the late McDonough Wento. That agreement failed to take effect after fiscal requirements were not met. Lowage acknowledged, however, that Liberty Petroleum has since acquired exploration licenses elsewhere, including in Somalia, and has participated in drilling programs through partnerships. In a strongly worded statement shared with Front Page Africa, Lou Watch cautioned that awarding petroleum rights to companies lacking technical and financial capacity could repeat past mistakes that have stalled Liberia's oil ambitions. Awarding petroleum rights to Oranto and companies of its kind denies the country the opportunity to award the blocks to competent and credible companies that may have an interest in acquiring petroleum rights in Liberia, the group said. These blocks will be under contract to companies with no capacity to execute drilling activities. The watchdog warned that such arrangement risks turning Liberia's oil blocks into speculative assets controlled by flippers, firms that acquire licenses not to develop resources but to trade them for profit. Blue Wash encourages high-level discussions with global partners, international transparency groups, and national civil society movements to prevent a second round of skewing Liberia's petroleum sector toward personal benefits against national interests, the statement added. Well, folks, that's all we can take this morning from the Front Page Africa newspaper. Let's recap for you, take our break, and come back and join our Radio LIB partner list. So keep playing the Win Liberia Cash giveaway. 12:30 when I come back, I want to pay out to you some serious cash this morning. Don't forget, you're playing with 50 Liberian dollars or 25 cents USD, and you stand a chance to win 5K. If you're playing with button phone, you dial *255*1#, And if you're playing with a smartphone, you dial star 255 star double hatch. Let's recap the stories we brought to you this morning from the front page Africa newspaper. Top stories. Security without legitimacy cannot endure. In Israel-Palestine conflict, Foreign Minister Yanti reaffirms Liberia's support for two-state solution. And Corruption Watch says Simbility CMC leader declares himself Liberia's most transparent politician. Critics cite record of accountability. And lastly, for top stories, I work hard to reach this far. Liberian businesswoman cries out as AFL targets US 1.5 million investment for demolition. And Environmental Protection Agency shut down non-compliant sachet and mineral water factories in Monrovia, protecting public health. We are not shutting down these facilities to frustrate business owners. Our responsibility is to protect public health. If the source of the water and production environment are unsafe, then the water itself cannot be considered safe for consumption. Stephen Gibson, head of the enforcement team. And then lastly, Monitor Group cautions against controversy award of 9 oil blocks to 5 foreign firms. New set of flippers is a question mark. Awarding petroleum rights to Aramco and companies of its kind denies the country the opportunity to award the blocks to competent and credible companies that may have an interest in acquiring petroleum rights in Liberia, as the blocks will be under contract to companies with no capacity to execute drilling activities. Blue Watch encourages high-level discussion with global partners, international transparency groups, and national civil society movements to take a step and prevent a second round of skewing Liberia's petroleum sector towards personal benefits against national interests. Liberia Early Warning Watch. Well, folks, that's all we have to share with you from the front page Africa newspaper. Okay, let's take our break. When we come back, we'll join the folks in the USA to bring us the weather report, and probably could join us and give their own analysis on the story we read. But folks, over the weekend, there were a lot of demolition, most especially in the Saytown area. And when we come back, that is where our talking points were centered about the waves of demolition in our country. So let's take our break. Let's get word from Cram Stopper. And first, Cram Stopper, and then followed by the rest of our sponsors.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Robbie, why you taking? I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, some going deep and deeper. Put in toto EGK. We are living since in
Oh, folks, we are back on the program from the pre-news, and right about now we'll leave the shores of Liberia and then bring in Solomon Tunis and Gus Tunis. Let's give Gus the time to greet the audience, and then you, after which you can run us through the weather report. So, Gus, good morning.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Tunis. Good morning, Liberia. Gus Coleman. Glad to be here. Thank you.
All right, Tunis, good morning. Welcome, the weather report man. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Gus. Good morning, Mama Liberia. This is your good friend, Suleiman Hashim Tunis, coming to you live from Radio LIB here on Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station in the nation capital. I'm here this morning to give you the weather report in Monrovia. As we stand, the weather's giving us, the temperature right now is 84 degrees, feels like 92. Excuse me. But you're going to get a little bit of break this week. It's not going to be hot like previous week. Like that blazing sun that was over you the last few days. This week, you're going to get a little bit of break. You'll see some shower. Today, mostly sunny. Feels like 92, even though you're going to be humid, but it's never going to be like the previous week. And you probably might get a little bit of shower. It's not promising around early evening hour. But you'll get a little bit of break with a heavy sunshine over your head. Tuesday is going to be positive shower, going to be morning hour, and then it will be cloudy throughout the day. You won't have too much of sun. You may not even see the sun anyway. It's going to be cloudy with a bit of rain, probably, but it's not going to be sun. You will not see the sun that much on Tuesday. Wednesday, you may not even see the sun at all, but it's going to be humid. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you got a break. There are too much heat that you experienced last week. You're not going to experience it this week. Take it from Freedom FM. Okay, throughout the week up to Thursday, it's going to be little bit. You're going to be comfortable, you who working outside. You may be humid, but you may not see the sun, that heavy sun. Okay, take it from us. This is Tunis, Suleiman Hashim Tunis, giving you your weather report. And take it. Anywhere you take it, it's going to be the same. Thank you. Let me send control back to you, Wendell.
Thank you very much, Suleiman Tunis, for always coming up with factual weather report, because every time the weather report is read, we get that positive feedback from our folks that, you guys always bringing us the weather report. And every time we listen, there is nothing different from what you can tell us. So thank you so much, Tunis, for always giving us the weather report. Look, Folks, we'll soon bring in Gus, but like I said, our talking point will center around the waves of for demolition within Monrovia and its environs carried out by the government against the people. Over the weekend, we saw residents of Town. They were very surprised. It was shocking to them when they saw bulldozer coming and breaking down their properties without prior notice. Well, let me hear from Gus. Let's send controls to Gus. Let's hear from him. Then we can, make more follow up on that. So, Gus, it's
Yeah,
good having you this morning.
thank you. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of those demolitions going on. I mean, um, it's it's interesting. Again, like I've always said on here, I always say the government has a right to do certain things, but the government also represents the people. In doing so, um, keeping the people interest in mind as we do things, actually it should be the most paramount. As you said, I think one of the business person was very upset with all their investment that they have put in over the years. Is basically being demolished, and they really can do nothing but just watch it go down. I mean, that's something that I don't get how the government doesn't really pay attention to. Um, Again, the rights of eminent domain do exist. There's a right and power that the government has, but the government still also, just to prevent these things that we're talking about, this is why they have some kind of arbitration before they do these things. You go to the court, you talk to this person, find out how this person acquired this property, if it was legitimate or whatsoever. Look, we have to move you because of so and so. Even if the compensation is not quite adequate, but it's sufficient enough for that person to move, it usually avoid all these issues that we have now. But from what I'm hearing, I don't think these things are happening. And if they're not happening, the government is putting themselves in a situation they probably would not be able to handle. So, I mean, that's my take on that. And I just think calm head and a responsible government will really put a halt to some of these things and make sure that people rights are adhered to, or some of these challenges that these people have may be mitigated a bit before
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
can continue. So, but it's the Liberian way. The next person in power, they feel like they will never get out of power. They feel like they have the power. They feel like they're the strong man at the moment. So they continue to do whatever they can do. And in the end, we result to the same place. Like I said, we'll ask all the beginning that we held before they became power. Got in power and said they were going to have power for 24 years. Where are they today? The people in power today, they will be out themselves, and there will be other governments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tunis, you want to chip in relative to the talking points this morning? Let's hear from you.
Brother, I'm very, very disappointed in this government. I mean, these people have legitimate deals, and you brought some of those deals here just to prove them right. And if the government want to take a place for the military, I mean, they have right, but at the time the military occupied that land, the population was not like this around the Monrovia, Painesville area. The place is tentatively occupied, populated. And the government, I see, we have vast land in the country, even around the Marshall area, the Painesville area. I mean, going to claim this land, which people bought it legitimately. They have a probate deals with them. They couldn't even re-look at it or re-examine it. Why these are not squatters, you know. These are people who legitimately bought their land, and all of a sudden that just go in the breeze like that, with no remorse, no compensation at all, just because a place is for the military. I remember the bishop or a pastor say from Nigeria that if we elect this government, we are looking for calamity. And this government proving this pastor right. Every now and then, they're proving this pastor. They say we'll see fires, we'll see a lot of destructions. I saw that demolition yesterday, whatever day was, I saw it yesterday on Facebook. It was disheartening that people live over there for the longest, even before the war. The government can relocate anywhere. Look why they relocated the army ministry over there, right on Benson Street and Buchanan Street. Why? Why are they trying to relocate the graveyard, the cemetery, Palm Grove Cemetery? It's because the populations are increased. So for this reason, we found means to relocate. During those days, the population was just few people around the Monrovia area. This vast experienced president can't even think in the interest of the people. This is not fair to we the Liberians. And these are the same people that voted for him. Same people. I mean, my brother, I don't know where Liberia is going today, but the army have many places, many places. We're not in a strategic war. That's to say that the army has to be over there for a strategic position. That's not the kind of country we are. We're not in conflict with Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ivory Coast. It's not something like that. What's so much on a particular land that the army have to occupy? What is the reason?
So,
you know, go ahead.
Yeah, to follow up on that, and this is where again we are just so inept. In any other country, going back to Tunis' point, with the army trying to acquire this land to do whatever they're doing on it. In most countries, the reason why they want those lands to stay with people is because people pay taxes, and the government need those taxes to be able to function. Because if the army owns that property, does the army pay the government any taxes? No. But again, it's the ineptness of us, it's the fact that we don't even understand what is important to us as a nation. This is why we're doing some of the things we're doing. You move people from Center Street, people that have bodies and whatnot, their relatives were born there. They was forcefully removed. I mean, how fair is that? But it's, again, they say, find a country and see how they treat their dead. You'll know how they behave, and that's basically how we are. We move those people, right? So anybody that had family members that were dead, you were forcefully removed for national development. But then, if you have property in these other places, you are also being forcefully removed for military development. So, really, I'm still trying to figure out one of the reasons why, or when we ended this war, police was supposed to be the main thing, right? Army was not going to be that big. But even if the army is that big, does the army really have to be stationed in Monrovia?
I tell you.
So again, we're just asking these questions. We understand the government has rights, but when does the government rights stops? To make sure we're able to accommodate our citizens. Remember, Government is for the people, by the people. And it's really sad, man. But again, Liberia people have no backbone because there's other people today that are just sitting down there folding their hand, putting it between their leg because they haven't come to their side yet. If people were standing up, you see what's going on in America. People from all over the country go to Minnesota because they know it could be their city next. But in Liberia, no, because we support Joseph Boakai, we cannot realize that this land situation is affecting people that even voted for Joseph Boakai. But we don't think like that. We have a very negative connotation when it comes to, supporting our fellows. So, but that's all we got to say, man. The government needs to really do something. This is not right. We need to do something for our citizens. The land supposed to be for the citizens, so the citizens that occupy those land are able to contribute to our national coffers. And if they're not doing that, that's a different story. If they're doing all of those things, to be removing them and destroying properties like you just mentioned in that reading, I think it's pretty bad. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There are a lot of hard feeling going on today in Liberia. People are disheartening. People are regretting in Liberia at this moment, even up to here, because some of those property owned by people who live here.
Yeah.
Their family members are just occupying it to be there, supporting them. Now you're removing them with no compensation, nothing. On top of removing people from Silway and Viton to bring that bridge over there, the Tucker Bridge, I think that's the name of it, right? If I'm not mistaken. All right, that bridge, they compensated those people. Some of them relocated Ghana's Bay across the bridge. I have family member in that very Silway and also the Viton. Some of them relocated Corwell. The bills, good structure there. It's still there. Some of them relocated across the double bridge. All right, in Ghana's Bay area there. But this government just removing you angrily. They don't even get no feeling. My brother, this is the irony of this whole process.
That's true.
Just this is our land. We're going to take it. The people are legitimate. You yourself, you brought those deals, some of those deals right in front of us here. So where all these taxes they pay?
And the thing is, Tunes, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Relative to the deed issue, most of the people acquired those deeds as far as the 70s, because that property, that barracks was erected during the 80s. So people bought properties before the barracks even went there. They have their legitimate deeds. What puzzles me is that the government is not even giving these people prior notice, not serving them notice. You just wake up in the morning, okay, we'll go in Ghanaville, we're going to break people places down. Look at what you did to the people in the Saytown area. Babies. Can you imagine? Old people don't have nowhere to go. They have invested everything they've ever worked for into those homes. And now you just woke up one morning and went and broke it down when the government is supposed to be protecting her citizens. She's there making her citizens homeless. What kind of country you will go, you see the government breaking people's homes and don't have alternative? That's why the people are going through. It's so frustrating. People running around with their babies. People properties are out. People were cooking. I mean, just everything you just did to them, and you say you have come to rescue the people. Is that what you call rescue? Yes, we agree that the government has eminent domain, but it should be used wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Not because you have the power, so you just come and abuse the power you have. That's abusing power there. When you just wake up in the morning, the people who is your citizen that you're supposed to protect, your own citizen, you don't even care for them. To even say, look, my people, where you guys are living is not right. You built on the alley, you did this, you did that. All right, you see here where you're supposed to be here. You see the documents here. You're not supposed to be here. So please try and find somewhere to go. I know you don't have it, but we'll give you small things so you can relocate. The government is not even thinking in that direction. All the government wants is to just break down people's properties and making citizens homeless. What those people will go get places? You take 5, 6, 7 of your family to go live in one room, and they don't even have money. You hear the people crying. Where are we going to go? Other people, they are frustrated. People are dying. People are getting frustrated. People are suffering from stroke because of their properties being broken down. And the government ain't even care. They say they have come to rescue the country. But folks, we told you didn't listen. A friend of mine, who and myself, we used to have bitter argument about this government. His 2 houses was broken down in Satan. I just called him this morning and asked him, my man, was your property part? He said, my man, the people ain't even give no notice. It kind of broke. I said, there you go.
It was
There you go.
for them.
I told you, I said, this thing that you guys are doing tomorrow, the Omer is vindictive. Somebody at that age, he's very wicked. So you must know, because that's complete wickedness. Like to God's, what God said. That woman, $1.5 million investment. You're not even thinking about that investment. The amount of money that woman pumped into that property, the homes, the money the people took to build their homes. $1.5 million properties. You just want to go and destroy it without giving the person a dime. When the woman got her legitimate deed that that made her to occupy that place, and he said that government land, you come and break it down. What kind of country is this?
And the
woman paying taxes.
Yeah, all of that.
If somebody can invest $1.5 million, you must know what kind of taxes they are paying. Right. All those shops and stores and things that were broken down, all the homes and things, those people were paying taxes. No wonder why we the ones suffering, because the pressure you're putting on the business people now, that's why you see most of the basic commodities are going high. We the one feeling it. Because you break the people's store down, they will make their prices high. Because you government, you're not giving them a chance. You pay taxes. I'm told the LRA is complaining because they don't have money to give for some of those places you're broke down. How you get no plan. No plan B. You just breaking people's places down. Well, let's take a few calls and then we out of here. Let me just run to the comments quickly, take a few comments, and then we come and take calls. Then we go from here, folks. Let's keep playing the Win Liberia Cash giveaway. Don't forget to win your $5,000 today, and you can make use of that money because money business is high in this country. So let's take a few comments. Let's run to them quickly. We get to the calls. Let's take our first person, Patricia Jeepley. She says, good morning, Freedom family. I am watching you from District 16. Vinicius Junior Bar says, I'm following you from Newcretown. Oliver Tolo says, good morning. From District 2, Vinicius Bar again says, we are is coming back 2029. Patricia Jeepley says, good morning, watching you from NKT. Let's move on. Jeremiah Farr. Jeremiah Farr says, good morning. I'm watching you from Grand Jita County, a mining sector called CVL. John K. Towley says, thank God for my best Freedom FM family. Happy new month. I'm following you from SKD Boulevard Junction D6. That's District 6. Lloyd Jealous says, I'm watching. Sanko James says, congratulations. Grace Moore says, I'm watching live from Point 4 Junction. Mohammed Mariama J. Sharif is watching. And it says here, good morning, Wendell, and the peace-loving people of Lofa County. I'm watching you from Mamadi Dakita Intellectual Forum in Jacobtown, St. Francis Community. Rescue government is what? The rescue government is capitulating under its own lights. Rescue camp is cracking from inside. When propaganda starts failing, Damage control suddenly gets dressed up as truth. That is exactly what is unfolding inside the rescue regime. Wia is coming back. And Henry Tito Jr. says, I'm following you up from my residence in Caldwell. Roberta Riches is watching. Uh, Augustine Cova Bien says, good morning. Keep up the good work. Great job, Terminator. Stephen A. Barr says, good morning, Freedom Print News family. I'm following the show from Dakar, Senegal. Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. says, we are 2029 show. Stanley Sherry says, congratulations. I'm in class today. And Stanley Sherry again says, good morning to the peaceful citizens of Boca Town, Dabuya Town, Pokwa District, Grand Cape Mount County, Western Liberia. I'm watching from Broadville City. Thanks for the update. And Pakisa says, congratulations. Okay. And Ayuba Critical Kaba says, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you too. Happy birthday, Kaba. Augustine Tyler says, I'm watching you from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Paul Spencer Reeves says, thanks for the show, Wendell. This too will pass. And Ziki Leo Pico says, good afternoon. I'm following you from New Crew Town. So far, so good. Those are all the comments. And we're about to take calls. So those of you listening, you can place in your calls on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The female line is 0770 297 016. And the WhatsApp line is +231 886 500 104. The people of Say Town, we know what you're going through this morning is not easy. Some of you slept in people's kitchens. Some of you slept in people's living rooms. Some of you slept outside because your homes were broken down.
Somebody say you didn't call their name. Momo Fambule. I don't know if I seen something here on our screen here. I think these are these supposed to be the YouTube. No, these are Facebook.
Yeah,
he came late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Masa Fambule. Masa Fambule, we call your name now. Thank you for commenting.
Masa, we just seen your text.
Yeah.
We didn't see any text, so we just seen it because
we didn't see any previous text.
I didn't see any text from you yet, Masa. Here is my dashboard before me. I didn't see any text from you, so all of the comments that we saw was what we read. Nothing is from you except these last two that are just coming in from Rufus Tier. Rufus Tier says, thanks for the show, Wendell. Masa says, you didn't call my name because we didn't see your message, Masa.
I hope your village people are not playing with you, Masa, because
I know, right? Rufus, yeah, why are you saying congratulations? Congratulations for what? Why are you saying
for your
anniversary victory or my anniversary?
Manchester scared yesterday.
Oh, my man, I was sure of my victory yesterday, or despite what I saw. But
of course, me too, I was sure, but
yeah,
they always come last minute time.
That's it, folks. So we here. We are Manchester United fans, Tunis and I don't know about Gus. So all of you who are fans of Manchester, glory, Man United, we say thumbs up to the team. The guys are doing well. I'm telling you, we are seated at spot 4 now. So that's it. Yeah,
thank you to our new coach, interim coach.
Michael Carrick. Yeah.
Yes.
Now other men were left from there. Saying you say you can't you know the people say when you can't you can feed. Saying he said Manchester was a power team that he would not listen to anybody. Change your system. You can't change your system. Well, we're seeing the results we're getting today under Michael Carrick. And I think that's a good news from where we've come from to where we are today. A wealth celebration. Let's take this person. Hello.
Thank you. How are you, Winner?
I'm fine, Edmond. Welcome to the show. I'm here with Tunis and Gus.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Tunis and Gus. Kudos to you guys for always taking all your time.
Thank you.
Look at the things that are affecting Liberia. You know, we are in sympathy with our brothers and sisters in data. Is a serious situation. You know, we live in our community for some couple of years. We are Christian Association of the Blind right at the back of Stockman dating there. So we know some of the people that are going through what they are going through today. So I think the government need to try. That's like people will go to court and they will win their various cases. But it is money on the representative and the president to do the need, because this eminent domain that is given to the president, you can always intervene when you see the need. You know, if you have your property here and 30 years, 20 years, you're not looking back, and people go to buy it from the federal government, they go to probate it. When you come back, the court rule in your favor. It's just necessary that the representative of the district can see the need or see how they can renegotiate if it is necessary so that the people can be able to rebuy or better the people. But the abrupt location of people are telling them to leave their place, listen to that lady was cheering. It's too heartbreaking, Lord. Liberia is in crisis, man. People are looking at this thing. People are discussing it because I'm a party and not your party. That is why you see it. No. We're looking at Liberia. People can see Liberia gradually retrograding, and it's not offering well for us. We know what it means to be our strength. You just kind of abruptly and break your things down. Your thing leads breaking. You have no place to go. You have no place to study business that you are doing no way for the children. It's kind of heartbreaking. But we pray for the best for Liberia. But for what we can see, no. Liberia is going in the wrong direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Edmond. That's the voice of Edmond Carr, the visually impaired guy putting President Boubacar feet to fire. Let's talk to you. Hello? You want to move away from your monitor, or you want me to cut you off? Which one you want?
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. Tell us your name and where you join us from.
Thank you. My name is Theophilus Davis. From Ghana,
Theophilus Davis calling from Gardnersville, JJY. Theophilus, what do you make of the wave of demolition ongoing in the country?
This government is just a hapless government and a lawless government. I can remember I used to live in Clouds. I can remember when the CDC government came to power and they decided to construct the road to do community. Public Works wanted to demolish a lot of buildings on the road. The president came out and told them no. I'm not yet to destroy anybody's property. Just build the road as you see it. It should remain like that. That is what you call leadership. You cannot have a hapless leader that tries to string his people, his citizens. The very people that put them into power, you don't have time. Just do anything the government feels. I'm not saying a government that is lawless. This government is very lawless. They just do anything they wish to do. But sometimes too, we don't bring the government, we bring the voters. These are people that are being accepted to tomorrow, they will vote for these people. So sometimes your own decision suffer you.
That's true.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Theo. Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Tell us your name and where you join us from.
Congratulations for your anniversary.
Thank you.
This is speaking.
David King, welcome to the show. Let's hear you, Dave.
Mr. Nina, what we are facing in this country, like the preacher man said in his prophecy, if you vote workers, Liberia will suffer.
Calamity will befall this nation.
Calamity will befall this nation. And today, we are seeing the calamity. I just came from the airport. On my way down to the airport this morning, there's a lot of body of a young man, well-dressed young man. He was killed and his body was dumped on the side of the road before reaching this school hill. I just found there before coming from the airport. People are there. Nobody can identify that body from around there. And to see this government, the way they are proceeding, the procedure of this government is not in line with what they said they came to do. Because if you're saying you're coming to rescue people, meaning that person is in a bad situation, you're coming to take them from that situation and put them in a better situation where situation will be very good for them. But what we are seeing now, the government is taking us down the ladder. They are destroying from Badger to Broadville, from Broadville to New Georgia Gulf, from New Georgia Gulf to 540, from 540 to Satan, from Satan to Johnsonville, from Johnsonville to 1200.
2 weeks, and David, 2 weeks from now, they're supposed to be going at the back of the Zone 1 police station because they give the people up to the 18th of this month to relocate.
Yeah. Now we are hearing 72nd. 72nd barracks was built in 1985 as the original administrator of that land. What the woman said. Was Genghis Khan who bought the land for the barrack. What if people are saying the guy 36 acre, the woman said it was not 36 acre. It was never 36 acre. It was 1 acre of land that they acquired. So for 1 acre to 36, this is why got everybody in a state of confusion.
Okay.
And 1 acre of land is just 4 lots. So how they would take the entire place has to be your era. What is this boy said I can't one minute every time would be I coming out to the party. Not everyone of them is still with that. That's when I was talking about that lady that place. This is what the government trying to do, even though I saw your man. It is not right.
Okay, David.
For people to survive, it's very difficult. I think the government come and say, look at that woman with that property over there.
Okay.
Look at that woman, I'm very simple. The exemption you have there, a little deal for that woman, my heart is broken. So your man, say nothing at me.
Thank you.
There's an email, Jonah Baka in Harlem, Jonah Baka in District, Jonah Baka got all of it. Thank you.
Thank you, David King. Let's talk to this person. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Anime.
Good morning, Patience Gray. Welcome.
Mr. Anime?
Yeah.
Why you care? When you vote for Kia, you will get that result. Your government is proceeding the wrong way. Well, yeah, they see government, my anytime they fucking up people from that. So this today, that is there. They government up for destruction. They rescue the tribal, they're not doing it. They up for destruction, never did that. And delay is dangerous. Delay is dangerous.
You sound like a military person.
Because I told you before, the father was in the army.
I know. Okay.
He was in our 77 barracks.
Okay.
So again, they are there. What time to be teaching me?
Okay.
He let the thing down. You see how it's going on? There's an image. We don't care any old man. There's an image. I want to see. Hey, you are your job. We are done. When you open the alley, so say fuck off, sitting on the alley. But what happened? They decided to launch the property. You know what I'm saying? But if to say at that time, and we have to put your property in our job, we are in our building, they may come in there and break it. They may not get no correct way, Mr. Nible. When we both of get a child result, if you have 5 the people demolishing property all over. The people that places then are even at the border for we are.
Okay.
See the kind of person who going power, who bring freedom, man. Oh, for one night, they'll look for. You know, they cannot call it man, why they're nothing will get for the mail.
Thank you.
That result.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nime.
Thank you very much. That's the voice of Patience Gray. Let's take this person. Good afternoon. Yeah, welcome to the show. You are very low. You have to increase your volume. Very, very low. Hello?
Yeah, you get me now?
Yeah, I think you're much better. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mohammed, good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Nime, sorry for maybe bringing things that people discussed previously. You want to people not to vote the government because these are things that we will encounter as we get into power. But failure to some people who voted and that didn't listen to your day and night, you also and other people still didn't listen. This is the outcome. During any administration, the places start to help PRS. Now they are making a factory the West. So, as for the people that have already finished, or those who live in Brooklyn, the forbidden and the Magna places, will soon hear the outcome of the other people. Yeah, as for them, those who have fought and built their own places have been marked. And some people are maybe moving to their own houses, yes. The government says they are going to get voting. So, to tell you further, it is impossible for them, but you can't help it out. The food should be breaking out of it in profit. So we worry. At least the people who are going to cry have been done already, brother. But what about us now that just get into that place that they have? You get me one more and finish it, one more is never to move. How can that be possible?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your contribution. Let's take another person. Good afternoon. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I am actually Newton calling from District 17.
Go ahead, Ashley. Let's hear you.
Okay, you see, the main three attributes of the devil, right? So the devil came to destroy, kill, and lie. So our president said he will deal with the devil. So the particular company do not operate no money. So they are there to satisfy the devil. So yeah, for me, I am not surprised. Joe Biden do not hear to please and bring people. He only hear to please the person that brought him. Right? His father, which is the devil. That is why he doing what he behaving. But you put people error down for the list to the error to take 40, 60 years. Put it down without conversation. It's being inhuman. No more human being cannot do what the person is doing. No more human being cannot do it. So for you to be surprised, we told them government do have history in this country when it comes to contribution positively. You only been fortunate to work in government. But why are you going to be? How many person will come to them say, yeah, the president impacted me, the person impacted me when he was in government in the 80s or in the late 90s. So for me, I am not surprised. I just say sorry to the people who will find way for them, but this particular leadership is there to devastate our conditions on a daily basis. They came to prefer the daily city. They came hold that rule at the daily city. But when they say, well, when I'm going to go, they start bringing folk down. That's what they did, and that's what they are capable of doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Let's read this text. It says, their plan is to depopulate perceived opposition strongholds. So why they did not bring any company to hire the Putu Mountain? Because the mining activity in Grand Jita would have increased the population in the southeast. All right, it's from a texter who prefers to be anonymous. So let's get back to more calls. Let's take this person. Let's take this person. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, people. This is a Komabo chairman. I'm P.O.P. I join you from Sovereign District 4.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
First of all, we don't expect anything from someone who dares for the devil to come to the presidency, that's number 1 point that we all Liberians should register and don't have any expectation of getting immunity from this president. My number 2 concern is, a lot of us saw this afar and we told our people. We told our motorcyclist brother, we told the common people of Liberia that this man is appearing like a common man, but he got an elitist heart. He wanted the elite. So we should not, therefore we should not have him in the space that he's looking for. Because he's an elitist heart to bring about elitism. But they didn't listen to some of us. So they call me my community John Wilson. John Wilson. You told me what John Wilson not doing nothing. From 2005, they had to hear John Wilson dancing and saying, you say something. So we were doing it for the general good. We saw general good for the people. We saw road that everybody was using. We saw hospital everybody was using. We saw the case to Cali, Georgia. When it came to leadership, the former president took violent leadership. And for him, Magna, he must be the person. But today, we are at the same point. What is happening? The man who deals with the devil, who brought a lot of demons, who are incessant demons in our country, for who's raising men, boys at their rate, girls at their rate, they're going all taking the bad effect of this government. So we told them that this government now going to be good. They didn't listen to us. So stop there silent. They got to draw us. For me, this president is going against the people of law. He has to see the rubber and play Article 1. But we are waiting for him. If they are ready to do Article 1, we are here. And we take to the street and I say Pape to answer because he got no potential, he got no capacity to run our country. Thank you for allowing me the time.
Thank you very much. And I'm also told there is no license plate in the country as we speak. So the Ministry of Transport today, February 2, launched and introduced its new license plate to the general public. According to the 1987 Act that created the Ministry of Vehicle License Plates and driver's licenses, statutory shall be issued by the Ministry of Transport and not any other institution. Henceforth, the public is hereby advised to abide by said regulations to avoid any future embarrassment. So yo who did business with Liberia Traffic Management, your document and a VLA. Ministry of Transport say when they bother with your they see you without lesson play on your car, they will remove it and they will make sure they pound your vehicle. That's what they would do. So all of you that did business with the Liberia Traffic Management, when we're telling y'all that the Ministry of Transport is the right place to do business, you didn't listen. All right. Today, the Transport Ministry is telling you that all the thing you did with LTM, that your own, and none of your own. So when they catch you, you using LTM plate, they will pull you over, remove the plate, and impound your vehicle. So if you know what I know, just start running to the Ministry of Transport to regularize your status. All right. We're not taking any more calls because of time. So I'm going to send controls back to my guys to close up from their end. And then we'll leave here at 12:30. So Tunis or Gus, let's hear from you.
Gus, are you with us? Go ahead. Gus, if you're still here.
I think he's muted.
Oh, he's here. You can see him?
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, he's here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I mean, hey, there's not really much to say. Thanks for the listeners and callers. Like I said, the citizens will have to stand up for other citizens. This is something we're very weak at in Liberia. We do not stand up for one another. Anybody, any citizen, UPS or whatever, if you sat there and watched this demolition and you feel like that's somebody's hard-earned income that just going to waste, I don't care how much development that is coming, we still have to hold the government feet to the fire to say, hey, stop for a second. What's going on here? Let them convince all of us, the general public, that whatever they're doing is in the best interest of the country. Or else, if we're just getting these land and they're going to put fence around it and they sit there for years, think about what's not going to your government. There is no more income for all of those properties that have been demolished today. And sometimes you have to use the money, and the money is just that. We raise our government budget to whatever amount, but we're demolishing these properties, these businesses, and whatnot. Those are money that was supposed to help our income as a country. So if we're not able to increase our income base because we just need to demolish properties to put in a fence, it's not right. And that's my take on it. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Gus. Thank you, everyone that called and made comments. This is a very serious issues in Liberia right now, especially in the Monrovia area. But one thing I would like to say before I close up is the legislature or the country need to revisit the constitution, take away they have age limit on the presidency, because 80 years old need to be scratched off. Anyone in the age of 80 not supposed to be president of any country, not only Liberia, because their thinking faculty is becoming weaker. All right, they don't care to make any decision because they have no future. The future is already in their future, at the end of their future. So I believe we need to, Liberia have been doing a lot of good things, being the number one. They have the number one, the first lady, president, lady as a president in Africa. They have the number one Ballon d'Or winners in Europe. They have number one or many things. Number one. So this could have, they have the number one president, sitting president that gave out few differences between the votes and gave out conceded. All of these happen Liberia the first. So Liberia can be the first to put an age limit on the presidency. Anyone up to 80, you can apply to occupy that position. Anyway, follow us this evening on Nighttime Spin for us to discuss more detail of this topics we are on right now. We will be there this evening, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Again, this is your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis coming to you live from New York City with Gus from Chicago and my brother. Congratulations again, my brother. I didn't forget to say congratulations because I think I made a comment on it. But congratulations and wish you plenty more anniversary. It's not only 15 years, but more 15 years. And we pray that you enjoy your marriage even more than the last 15 years. And I owe you a gift right now. I will surprise you your gift, and so don't worry about it.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Enjoy all the compliments.
Sister, please know that we still remember her pre-birthday tomorrow. So, I know.
Okay, like Her Majesty.
Yes.
Yeah, the woman call me in the mornings and say, I'm not coming, or you got to sit in for me, because, tomorrow my birthday. I got to get myself fixed up and all that stuff. I said, man, go ahead.
Well, I can see your birthday look. Let her take some picture, please.
She would definitely do. I will tell her that. Thank you so much, Tunis, and thanks to the rest of the crew. We'll be here tomorrow, God's willing, but the invitation is yours to join us tonight at 11 p.m. on the Nighttime Spin. Well, Suleiman Tunis and Gerald Morris will be here to discuss more national issues.